We can't talk about this next show enough here. I'm talking about Crave, our own Crave's Heated Rivalry. It is, it's so hot. It is undoubtedly a smash hit. We are now even seeing some NHL teams giving nods to the show. For example, the Boston Bruins referenced the series in a social media post during a game against the Montreal Canadiens. Now, given the league's, well, problematic track record with the LGBTQ plus community, can the steamy romance actually change hockey culture? Can it, Elvira?
Well, as a certified ambassador of the LGBT, I say it can't hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like, this show isn't actually a fantasy. It's just exposing what really happens. You can't imagine that out of all of these male hockey players on all these teams, there aren't any gay ones. Like, what do you think? What do you think those bench clearing brawls are all about? That is passion.
Sexual tension.
Exactly. Those boys want some FaceTime, not just some ice time.
I love it.
I think the NHL should strive to go further. I mean, you just have to go and watch the professional women's hockey league and see how, you can be supportive and collaborative and still lift people up and still be competitive. And it's super hot. The lesbians don't need a heated rivalry. We are playing it every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I wish I was as optimistic about that. I wish I was optimistic about it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to change the game of hockey. And I'm going to tell you why. It is so well entrenched that the game of hockey, maybe above most sports, is all about conformity. It's not about individuality. And so the idea that we don't have a lot of racialized players in the NHL, the fact that you don't have an out gay player, even though we know you're probably there.
They're there.
The fact that they're not there.
Everywhere.
So, because the game, they say, is about not being a distraction to the team. And if you are conforming, then that's you being a good team player. But if you stick out in any way because of your identity, racial, sexual orientation, or otherwise, you are a distraction. To which I have this reply. We have many troubling allegations, high-profile court cases of players who've been accused of doing terrible things to women, to the point that they have gone to court, to the point that whatever the outcome, many of them have returned back to the NHL. That's not a distraction for your team, but being gay would be?
Interesting. Food for thought.
Because that's the patriarchy, my dear.
Correct.
That is heteronormative behavior. Of
Correct.
course, that's different. Boys doing bad things with girls, that's something that they're accustomed to. They're not ready for that conversation, I agree with you. But I also want, as much as I love this show, and I hope that this show helps somebody, because I think about the times of the television that we watched, we would have never had a show like this. So I'm thinking about the number of young people it's going to help, and I think that's great.
Change
but
attitudes.
Coming out is hard, and let's not forget that. And being the first is even harder. So I don't want to speculate if this is going to help somebody. Listen, if this helps you, great. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Because we understand in that sport, in all professional sports, it's very challenging because it's very different what's happening on a soundstage with a bunch of actors and what's happening in the locker room with coaches and players you have to deal with every single day.
I just think, yes, you're totally right.
Yeah.
I do think, though, it's an important piece in this pie that's going on right now currently. You think about the work that Rick Westhead, journalist, has done in his new book, We Breed Lions. He is somebody who's talked a lot about the problematic aspects of hockey culture. So that was one piece, and it got a lot of attention. We had him on our show. And then I also think about Brock McGillis, who's also been on our show. He is the first openly gay professional hockey player. He's retired now. He does speaking engagements. And I was just reading an opinion piece a couple of days ago, written by Christina Reger. I think I might be pronouncing that wrong, but she's a wife to a retired NHL player, and her kids are also in hockey. And she was saying that she witnessed her kids and a group of kids listening to Brock McGillis speak about his experience of being gay. And you couple that, and she said it was just so emotional watching these young kids getting emotional, listening to his story. They're younger kids. They're coming up with this. They're coming up with Heated Rivalry. They're coming up in the wake of the work of Rick Westhead. And I think all these pieces together inevitably will move that needle forward in a way that I feel like is just kickstarting all over.
Do all this for us. so.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Let's
Do all
hope
the
so.
sports.
Yes.
Do heated rivalry for rugby. Do heated rivalry for football and baseball. Do all the sports.
Yes.
Make it gay.
Make it gay. Make it all gay. To be honest, it's about growing your fan base. So you either want people or you don't.